Thank you very much for staying with us. You are watching KBC Channel 1 and this is BizCheck. My name is Betty Kiptum. In studio, we want to switch to a conversation about your money in 2022. Just how are you supposed to invest it? What are your options? And how can you earn more income this year? To give us a perspective on this is Joyce Njuguna, the regional representative at Africa Consolidated Exchange, as well as Michael Thotho, the programs manager at Centonomy Limited. Thank you very much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Let us start with matters financial literacy first of all. Let's start with you, Joyce. Tell us what financial literacy is and just how does this look for Kenya?
Okay, thank you very much for having me here.
Karibu.
I will say financial literacy is the possession of skills regarding your finances. Of course, financial is finances. Literacy is knowledge. So possessing that knowledge to do with your finances that governs your day-to-day operations is what we call financial literacy. So this talks about knowing how to use credit, debit, how to make your investments, and how to create, of course, multiple streams of income. That is financial literacy. Yes.
Michael, what are your thoughts on that?
Wow, I don't know what to add after what just said, but yeah, that's true. Financial literacy encompasses knowing, how to manage your finances. First of all, knowing your income, your expenses, knowing your needs, your wants, knowing how to differentiate between the two, also looking at planning for saving, for retirement, all those things, knowing how to manage your debt, knowing where to invest depending on what you want to get out of your investments, basically just knowing how to handle money and having the authority to tell your money or to send your money to do what you need it to do. I would say that is financial literacy.
Right. So
yes.
This knowledge, what is your view or your experience in the field that you deal in terms of how wide is it in Kenya?
At the moment, it's starting to catch on. I'm from Centonomy. I represent Centonomy, and we were the first to be giving out this knowledge on financial literacy. But now other people are coming on board, and I'm really grateful for that, because people are now seeing the need to be financially, literate. Because you will see that in school, our curriculum, we are taught almost everything. I remember I was taught how to sew, how to cook, how to bake with, without an oven. But I was never taught how to deal with my finances. I was never taught where to save, what saving is. I remember even in university, we were taught how to value a bond, but I was not taught how it would apply to my life, how I can invest in it, and how it can apply to my life. So. I think we've come a long way, and we still have a long way to come. I will be a very happy man when the government recognizes the need to have this as part of the curriculum, so that as we're taking our kids to school, we're giving them all the knowledge they need. That is from the education that they're getting, religion, also matters finances should be included in the curriculum as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Joyce, what is your experience in that as well, in terms of the knowledge that people have?
I concur with my friend here, and I agree that financial literacy is catching up. However, we still have many people who are in the traditional way of doing business, and we are out to give better financial literacy in the digital world. People need to know how to make money in the digital space, and also gain this knowledge that we so much need, especially now that we are seeing the crypto space is catching up very fast, pretty fast. So we need to educate people. We need to show them how they can use their small seed to create massive income, massive wealth. So we are out to educate people. We are out to show people what this means and how to practically do it. Yes, I agree. These are the things that we were never taught in school. So this year and going forward, we are out on a massive campaign, especially with the youth, to educate them on how to gain this literacy. Yes.
The year is 2022. Now, 2 years ago, Corona happened. people lost jobs, people lost their businesses, and recovery is ongoing currently. So even as we start 2022, there are those who they are recovering. Some made money during the pandemic as well. So could you just take the viewer, let's start with you, Michael. Could you take the viewer through the journey towards investment with whatever little you have?
First of all, I'd like to say that 2020 happened, and it happened to all of us. And for me, I say it was sort of, that validation that you needed, that I needed, because I've always been telling people to save for an emergency. You never know what's coming. Have an emergency fund. And once COVID came, it came. Yeah? And guys, unfortunately, some were rendered jobless. Others, businesses didn't go so well. So I was kind of, validated, because the things that I was telling people, if only some had taken heed and maybe saved up for that emergency, they will not be in a bad position. So that is to say that even when such situations come, they should not find us flat-footed. We should always be prepared. So how we are prepared is, first of all, having the knowledge, that is financial literacy. First of all, you need to know what your income is and what your expenses are. That's before you even start investing. Start at home first. See what you're bringing in and what is going out, what you need and what you want, right? And then before also investing, we say save first. Okay, so save first and then invest. All right. Now, when you're talking about investing now is now a different ballgame, because this is where you need, I think, the most information, because investments really depend, first of all, on what you want to get out of your investment, right? So whenever you're investing, always have a goal. Ask yourself, what do I want to achieve, or what do I want this investment to do for me? Now, that answer will now direct you to where you should invest, right? Or to where you should put your money, right? For instance, if you are trying to invest for retirement, right? We know that the biggest problem in retirement is income, because you don't have a regular job that you go to. So maybe you received your pension or all in, your golden handshake, and then you no longer have income. And probably you are used to a lifestyle where, you are getting some money each and every month, and you had, you are accustomed to that lifestyle. Now, for you to continue living that lifestyle and being able to maintain that lifestyle, you should now start investing towards that, towards instruments or places where gives you income. For example, a treasury bond. A treasury bond will give you income, all right? So if my need is income in retirement, then my solution should be something like a treasury bond, and probably not shares, because shares might go down depending on the market, depending on the situation. So when you're talking about investments, always start with what do you want to achieve from that investment, or what do you want your investment to do for you. Now that will help you answer the question, where should I invest? Yeah.
Right. Joyce, you mentioned about the investing in digital. Could you give the viewer some investment options that they have?
All right. There are very many investment options that one can utilize. Starting from where we are, we trade forex, we trade crypto, and I will say that one of the biggest opportunities that is there is in the crypto market, where especially our youth, and not only the youth but the masses at large, can come and learn how the crypto business is growing, learn how to do coin farming. We call it coin farming. Get the coin that is trending at the moment and buy. Once you make profit, you can decide to invest in it for a long time or for a short time. So there are those who do it on a day-to-day basis. Once they make some profit, they withdraw it. There are those who will invest in it as a long-term investment for your future needs, such that in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, your $100 worth of investment will have grown by, say, even 2,000%. That is good income that can cater for your needs in the future. We also have options for what we call IBs, introducing brokers. That is where personally I started. I started with zero income, and this means that I have to go out there, look for people who are interested in the business that I'm doing, that is forex trading, show them how to do it. Those who are already doing it, show them a better platform where they can do that. And out of that, as they do the trading, I'm earning a commission. So that is a good source of revenue, and that gives you capital to also now create multiple streams of income. So you realize in today's world, we have so many bills to cater for. So when times come and they are lean, finances are lean, you sort of get stuck on which bill to pay, which one not to pay. So we advise, as early as possible, create multiple streams of income such that as your bills come from everywhere, you also have resources coming from everywhere to pay for the bills. So that is what we're educating people to do, and you can start with as little as what you have. Start there, have 1 stream, 2 streams. By the time you're 1 year, 2 years old in the business, you already have like 10, 8, 6 streams of income. So that means when calamity strikes, like when Corona came, you still have money to cater for your needs. Yes.
I think you've raised a very important point there. Michael, she has talked about the diversification of the income streams.
Yes.
Say someone is depending just on a salary right now. If they want to now better themselves to reach that point where they have salary, maybe biashara here, how do they go about it?
Diversification, and the more income streams you have, the better you are. Us financial educators will tell you that the wealthy have at least 7 sources of income.
7.
At least 7, at least minimum, right? So that's just going to show us that we need more and more and more streams of income. Why? It is because, let's look at it this way. How many ways of making money are there? There are few, yet many. Right? Let me try and explain. Few because you either have a job, or you're in a business, right? Or you inherit, or you get a gift, right? But you see, when I say few but many, there are many businesses you can do. There are many jobs you can do. But remember, it is employment, business, or a gift, or inheritance. But the ways of spending money, we can sit here and list them, right? So we have seen that the problem is sources of income are limited, right? But when it comes to where the money goes, almost limitless. So that's why we need to have more and more and more streams of income, right? So that's to say, if you have, if you're employed, and your source of income is the salary that you get from your boss, then that means that you also now need to diversify and find other places where you can be earning more. Maybe starting what us Kenyans call side hustle, investing in things that can give you income, like I said, a treasury bond, or also investing in like what Joyce is saying here, like the new things that are coming, like Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and just trying to see how else can I get money, right? Because 2022 we are saying the enemy is poverty, right? And
that is what we are all fighting.
Yes, that's what we are all fighting. So for us to be able to fight this enemy, we need as many sources of income as possible, right? And then also, because that might be hard because, again, you are just one person. You can't have 5 jobs. Utachoka, So that means also that you need to work, and then also put someone else to work for you, or something else to work for you. Put your money to work for you, or start a business and you can have people work for you, right? So yeah, so in short, increase your sources of income so that the expenses that you have that are many and more coming will be able to cater for them. And then also another advantage of having many sources of income is if one goes down, you have others that you can rely on, right? If probably things don't go well where you're employed, or probably your business doesn't go well, or your investment don't go well, you have other things that are catering for your expenses. So yeah, that's why it's good to have at least for now we can start, the wealthy have at least 7. So for us, we can have at least start with 2 or 3, right? And then again, go increasing your sources of income. Yes.
Now, there are those who don't even have that one. Yeah, let's start there. So they are looking for ways to invest in themselves so that they can make this money.
Yes.
Joyce, what would you say to someone who maybe does not have a source of income right now? What can they do to themselves in this market currently to improve themselves?
There are many things that they can do. And one thing I always say is that in your community or where you are, look for problems that are there. Solve those problems, become a solution provider. Money will come flowing.
Yeah.
So you don't need to have money in your pocket, you just need to have an idea. So I'm encouraging the youths to go out, look for solutions to the problems that we are currently facing. Some of them are problems that people have solved very easily by using, I've seen people who just develop an app.
Allow me, Joyce, to cut you short there. Right. You'll continue with that thought in a little bit. So let's continue with that conversation we were having here in studio. Joyce, you were telling us about people improving themselves.
Yes.
Go on, please.
Yes. So what I was saying is that we need to identify the problems that are in our surroundings, come up with solutions, come up with ways that we can mitigate those problems. And if you don't have capital and you have that idea, we have many people. For instance, in our company, we have a product which we call a joint venture, T Capital, where we venture with upcoming startups. They have a good idea that is bringing income. So if you have that idea that brings, maybe you started it in a small way and it is giving you good income, you want to scale it up. People are there. We are ready to partner with you and scale up your business and bring in a return. Apart from that, like I said, we also have many ways in which the already existing business in the crypto and forex market, there are ways you can come and become a trainer, bring in people to a good platform where they can come and make an income. You're earning commissions from their activities. You earn a small commission from here and there. So what we say, what do you have in your hand? Is it a product? Is it knowledge? Or is it an idea? Utilize what is in your hands in a productive way. In turn, it will bring you income. So we just encourage youths become critical thinkers, identify problems and solve them. Money just comes. Yes.
Money will come your way.
Yes.
Michael?
Yes, money follows value. As simple as that. Now, you might be asking, what is this value? Because we know what money is, yeah? Now, and I say money follows value. So, we always say, don't go looking for money, chasing money. Add value, and money will definitely come. What is value? Value is what Joyce is saying. Identify a problem, solve it. Out there in the in the estates where we are, especially the youth, just look around and see how can I be of value to my community. What value can I give? What value can I add to my community? And then how can I be rewarded for my value? Just that. And then value is just how you can add value is look at a problem you can solve. All right. Look at something that you can make life easier for someone, right? Like for example, where I live, there's a gentleman who has invented or come up with an app. So and he does delivery of foods to the whole estate. So I don't need to leave the house when I need to go for shopping, right? But you give him a commission of like 10 shillings. You get? So it's just identifying what he can do. Right, and in our building we have like let's say 30 houses. Let's say he gets a few orders each and every day. You see, from our building he'll go to the next building, seeing how we can get more people to be delivering services to or things to, right? So again, just identify a problem that you can solve. It could be as simple as that. You're in the house and then you also realize that other people are spending a lot of time in the house and they might not want to go maybe for shopping, and you can do that for them so that you go shop for them and then they pay you a commission. Simple as that. Identify something that you can do value that you can add, a problem that you can solve, and money will definitely come. Yes.
Money will definitely come your way. Most people say that you need to start saving early.
Yeah, actually, the Chinese, I think the Chinese say that the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. the next best time is now.
You would be enjoying the shade already.
Yes.
Yeah. So for people maybe who did not start early enough, what options are there for them? We can start with you, Joyce.
Of course, there's always a best time to start. You cannot say because I didn't start then I will not do anything. So like I said, right now, the youths are very innovative. I see people innovating ingenious ideas that solve problems for day-to-day life, and that is what we are asking them to do. And apart from that, the internet is a wide university that you can learn from. There are so many things that people learn. I saw my daughter is a self-taught makeup artist. She learned it from the internet. So let's make use of the internet, identify ideas that are relevant to our case in the current age and year. So they are always, like I always go to the internet and I see best ideas to make money from in the year 2022. Even now, if you Google, you will see. So let's make use of that. And as well as looking for innovation hubs. I'm sure here in Kenya we have several innovation hubs where people can go and learn what others are doing. It could be something you've been thinking about, but you didn't know how to start it out. And as well as looking for education or training workshops where you can go and learn a new idea, what is going on now. So that would be one of the ways in which you can start up, get the knowledge first, then go and impact your community. Yes.
Michael?
Yes, as I said before, 20 years ago, but the next best time is now. So it's never too late to start saving. You can start now, right? And yeah, just start now. And we always say that you should pay yourself first. This means that each and every time you get an income from whichever source, so long as it is legal, pay yourself first, right? If you are employed somewhere, you get a salary. That's what the government does. It pays itself first by taking its taxes. If the government was to leave us to pay the government afterwards, it will be a problem. So let us also be like that. Pay yourself first by saving and investing first and then spending later. So each and every time you get an income from your job, from your business, the first thing that you need to do is to save before you even spend, right? And then spend what is left after saving, right? And that now instills the discipline, right? Now you can imagine if someone starts saving or starts that habit of saving when they're in campus, when they are given that allowance or that pocket money by their parents. Imagine the kind of effect it will have if they continue with that discipline, with that habit. If they get their first job, they continue like that, internship, promotion, another promotion. And again, every time your income increases, increase your saving. Don't increase your spending, increase your saving, right? So that's the first thing that you always need to do. Start now, and then, get that habit. Stick to that habit. And if you see it hard for you to do so, the financial institutions have come up with ingenious ways to help us, because again, we are human beings. So what you can do, you can apply for a standing order in your bank, right? So that if money hits your account, it can be directed somewhere else before you even see it, right? Like a saving or like an investment, right? Before you even see it. So if you can't do it yourself, if you don't have the discipline, just go to your bank, apply for a standing order, and say when this money comes, direct it here, and then now the rest you'll be able to spend. So number one thing you need to do is to think of yourself. So pay yourself first, save and invest. And again, the best time to start is now. Now, where do you save and where do you invest? I always say that you should have at least 2 bank accounts, right? So one is your current account, the one that you use to do your day-to-day things, shopping, when you go out, when you go to swipe, when you go for food, you know, day-to-day things, for transport, fuel, all those things, have a current account, and then have a separate savings account, okay, where you will be saving, right? That is a very fundamental thing to do, because if you don't separate your finances, it becomes hard for you to save in the same account that you are using to do your day-to-day things, right? Because first of all, you will be tempted, because again, if you have a current account, you have an ATM, so you'll be going to withdraw. You know,
swiping.
Yes. So I say, make it hard for you to access money in your savings account, right? So open a savings account and then don't take an ATM card for it. Make it hard. You know, if you need to go get that money, line up, right? So before you line up, you ask, hey, do I really need that money to go line up, right? So pay yourself first, save, and then spend, and then also separate your money. Have at least 2 bank accounts, one to do your things on the day, every month, and then the other one to save. And then also save for a goal. Don't just save for the sake of saving, right? Identify something that you would like to achieve, something that you'd like to buy, something that you like, maybe come on a holiday. If you want to go to holiday in December, start planning now, right? And say, I am saving to go to Mombasa in December, all right? So pay yourself first, separate your finances, save for a goal. Don't just save for this, save for the sake of saving. It's boring. It's not motivating. But if you have a goal that you want to achieve in January, in December, I want to have done A, B, C, D. So I need to do this and this. I need to save this and this and this amount every month. Then you will be good to go.
Right. Yeah. Kenyans have been known to falter in their way of savings. The savings culture is not that good in Kenya. And part of it is the YOLOing that the young people are doing, yeah? Even in enjoyment, can you save for the enjoyment? Joyce?
Yes, of course. You can. So once you make your income, you always have a budget. This is for my bills, this is for my weekend out. You can always do that. Save in small bits, but again, don't play too much. Pay now and play later. So don't enjoy your money, all your money right now. Make a habit of first working for the money, so that the money can also start working for you. So the money, when the money starts working for you, you'll always have some surplus income that you can use to, you know, to go YOLO.
To go YOLOing. People make their New Year resolutions. Beautiful lists are written on 31st or in January. And by the time we are getting to say even the 4th week of January, they are long forgotten. What goes into staying disciplined towards a goal, Michael?
First of all, I like how we are always positive in January. You know, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. I like how we are always positive, right? Because you're starting the year on a high note. You know, I want to achieve this, I want to achieve this. Now, again, what now hinders us from achieving this goal is what was the goal? You know, how important was it to you? Right? You see, if it was something that was really important to you, then I don't think you'd lose focus, right? So first, I think it's why we lose focus or why we don't continue is not having a goal that is compelling enough for you to keep on saving, right? You see, and then also it is depending also on yourself, right? Like I said, if I was to depend on just myself to be removing money from my account and taking it to another account, sometimes bills come and I'm like, hey, let me sort this out. Yeah. So for me to not to do that, I have a standing order.
Okay.
Right. So that standing order is there to always do what I cannot do. Right. So when money comes directly, some goes to saving, some goes to investment without me even seeing it. Right. So that's what I'd encourage people to do. If you can't do it on your own, have at least a standing order, and then have someone you can be accountable to. An accountability partner, you know, get someone, you know, at the beginning of the year that you know, a friend or someone that a mentor, someone that you look up to, someone that you see, this person, I can tell them what I want to achieve, and I can tell them to hold my hand so that they can help me achieve it. So that in February, they'll ask me, are you still saving? In March, they'll ask me, are you still saving? In June, how far have you come? You know, in December, they're like, now you're going to finally achieve what you've been saving for, right? So that is number one. Have a goal that that is compelling enough to be pushing you to save. And then don't do it alone. If you can't build the discipline, have like a standing order, and then have someone who you can walk the journey with, right? Someone you can be accountable to, so that they can remind you, are you remembering to save? How long, how far have you come? Things like that. And then we will find that the journey will be easy, right? Because first of all, we have something that we are looking at, that goal that is compelling enough for us to sacrifice for it. And then also we are having someone who is helping us, to be accountable. Yeah.
When you've already set the goal, you have an accountability partner, there's over time, you don't have to wait until December to start reviewing the goal, right? How often should you review your goal, Joyce?
I'll say the best way to do this is to break down your goal from long term to mid term
to short term.
And daily.
Okay.
What are you doing on a daily basis? So for instance, let's say you've purposed this year you're going to buy a car or own a house. So when you think about the cost of the car or the house, it might look so much at the beginning, but then if you break it down, by June I want to have saved this much. If I want to have saved this much, what do I need to do on a monthly basis to bring in this income that will take me this far in June? Then once you know what you're supposed to do on a monthly basis, break it down to weekly, daily, even hourly, if possible. So for instance, in relation to our business, I said I started as an IB, an introducing broker. So I knew that if this month I want to get like say $2,000, I will divide that $2,000 into 30 and know that every day I'm supposed to look for a client who will fund this amount so that I can earn this commission that will make me achieve my goal. So every day I must make sure that I close a sale. I close a sale on a daily basis. If I have not achieved by the end of the week, it means next week I have to work extra hard. So when you break it down to daily, weekly, it becomes much easier to achieve. Yes.
It becomes much easier. Michael?
Yes, I don't think I can add any more. Yes, you see, a goal can be big, can be intimidating, You're like, I want to buy a car in 2 years' time. How do I start, But again, if you break it down, then it now becomes doable. It seems now possible. Why? Because you've broken down the big goal into smaller goals. You can start yearly, monthly, weekly, daily, hourly. So that you know what you need to do each and every day for you to achieve that goal that you're looking at. So first thing first is to have a goal, and then this goal you need to know when you need to achieve it, how much is needed, and then now break it down so that you can break it down monthly, weekly, or daily, or even hourly, so that you also know, hey, if I miss, like just saying, if I miss a client today, that means tomorrow I need 2 clients. If I miss 2 clients today and tomorrow, the other day I need 3 clients, right? So that also keeps you in track. Yeah, you know where you are at in terms of achieving your goal and how far you're left with. Yeah.
Let's now talk about something that most Kenyans are stuck in: debt. From borrowing, from the digital loans, mobile banking. I mean, it's like money is always available. Yeah. So how does someone get out of the cyclical debt?
Now, you need to ask yourself first, why did you get into debt? At Centonomy, we say that there is good debt and there is bad debt. So not all debt is bad, right? So what we term as bad debt is the consumption debt, personal loans. We say that they are loss-making. If I take a loan to go to Mombasa, that's a loss-making loan. If I take a loan to buy a suit, that's a loss-making loan, right? So we need to get out of bad debt and get into good debt. Good debt is now debt for investments, right? Debt for growth, right? Now, why most of us get into debt is, first of all, because we spend more than we earn. We bite more than we can chew, right? So that means that if you're 50,000 and you have a lifestyle of 70,000, that means you will be in debt for that 20,000, right? So we need to lower our expenses, come down, even go lower in terms of how much you're spending and how much you're earning, right? Live below your means, right? So that we avoid debt, because again, the thing with debt is it starts off slowly and then develops into a habit, and then these apps that you're saying, they're also catchy. The moment you pay one, they add your limit, and the moment you pay that, they add your limit, right? So you find, I can borrow more, but not knowing, you're digging yourself deeper into that debt trap, that debt hole. So first of all, live below your means, so that you do not get into that situation where you need to borrow for you to maintain, like your lifestyle. And then another reason why we might get into debt is because of an emergency might come, something that we did not plan for. God forbid, maybe someone falls sick, and you hadn't planned for it. You don't have insurance, and you have to take care of your person who's sick, so you get into debt. So things like those emergencies, you lose your job, so you borrow here and there. So that's how we get into debt. So for us to be able to avoid this debt that we get because of things that come out of nowhere, the emergencies, I had mentioned earlier about an emergency fund, okay? And an emergency fund is just a fund that is there to help you in crisis, when you're in crisis. And we say that an emergency fund should be equal to 6 months of your expenses, at least 6 months of expenses, totaling 6 months. You should have that somewhere safely in an emergency fund, so that when an emergency happens, you don't get into debt. You go into your emergency fund. When COVID comes or whatever happens, you don't get into debt. You have at least your emergency fund to actually cater for you.
Right. Joyce, something to add?
He has said so much, but at least, I can add and say that it is always not a good idea to go buying things to please people. Yes, don't buy people to please people that you don't like, or people who don't like you because you want to prove a point. Always have your budget in check. Spend what is needed to be spent at that moment. We've seen with the current lifestyle, especially with the youth, they want to, they want to match up with their peers. So they end up, of course, spending more than they have, and that is how they get into the cyclical debt cycle, the cycle that they are always borrowing. So those who are employed are always looking for the 15th of the month, so that they can get an advance, So you are spending what you have not made already. So it is a good idea that as you start making money, maybe you're working, make sure that every month there is money you're separating to go and work for you, something to work for you. So save. When you have enough savings to put into an investment, make sure you get into an investment that will give you some good return. Keep creating multiple streams of income, like we said. That is how to avoid debt. Always make sure there is money working for you. Yes.
Make sure there's money working for you.
Yes.
And now those who are already in debt and want to come out of it, how do they go about it? The ones who are stuck.
So like I said, let's always keep our eyes open. Let's keep our eyes open, looking for problems to solve. So once you get a problem that you can solve, there will always be a way on how to proceed from there. So once you proceed, of course, there will always be a consumer of your idea. So once people start consuming your ideas, money will start coming in, start paying off your debt slowly by slowly. Eventually, you'll find yourself, you're already out of debt, and you are now financially free. So one thing I always think about, when I finished school and even up to now, we have people who always want to go out of Kenya, go and make money in the US, UK, Whereas people who are in China, people who are in India, are looking for ways to come to Africa because we have opportunities here that we don't see. So let's open our eyes, see the opportunities that are here. How can we add value to what we have? Let's open our minds, become problem solvers. That is the only way that we are going to get out of debt from an individual point of view, family, and finally at large as a country. Yes.
Right. She has talked about the pressure that people are going through to look like other people, so to say.
Yes.
And the youth in Kenya currently, there is the social media, the pressure, the YOLOing, everyone is YOLOing. How does someone stay strong, especially for the young people? You know, once you grow a bit older, you get grounded, yeah, and you know what you're looking for. The young people, how can they not fall into that pressure, Michael?
First of all, before we get to that, I'd also like to add on to the debt.
Yes.
How you can get out of debt.
Yes.
The only way out of debt is don't take another loan.
Yes.
Don't take a loan to pay a loan, right? And then again, cut your expenses. Cut your expenses and then increase your income. But don't take a loan to pay another loan, right? Because again, it becomes an endless cycle. And then also, don't take a loan maybe through an app and then you delete the app and you say, that one.
CRB, you know?
So, yes, CRB again is there and they're tracking you. So you might lose out on an opportunity 10 years down the line because of a debt of 1,000 you didn't pay, right? So the only way out of debt is paying it, all right? And then don't get into more debt, cut your expenses, and then increase your income, right? Now, for the youth, we are being called the microwave generation. Pap. We want it now here.
Yeah,
I saw someone with a nice car. I also want it. I don't know how they got it. I don't care how they got it. I also want it. So I'm going to break my back and my bank to get it. So I think discipline, and discipline is something internal, right? So discipline is something internal. For you to be disciplined, it takes a lot, right? But again, have a clear goal, right? If it is that car that you've seen your friend driving, maybe you don't know how they got the car. Maybe they won it, or maybe they have a rich parent. They come from a good family where everyone is given cars when they graduate. But for you, you have to save for it. So first of all, I'd like to tell guys, accept where you are, and then know where you want to be. And now find out what can I do to get where I want to be. All right? It is good to, to have ambition. It is good to be driven. If I see my friend having a car, it will also push me. If he has done it, I can also do it. But this is how I'm going to do it, right? I'm going to save for it. I'm going to, have multiple streams of income. Plan for it. No matter how long it takes, yeah, just plan for it. And again, you never know what other people are doing to get or to live the kind of lifestyle they're living. So I'd like to tell the young guys out there, if you feel that there's a lot of pressure that you have, I think remove that pressure. Don't also look at someone else and want to keep up with them. You don't know what they're doing. You don't know their source of income. So again, have pressure that is positive. Not pressure that is going to make you depressed, pressure that is going to make you get into, make bad decisions to get what you want to get. No, have positive pressure that's going to motivate you, motivate you to save more, to get more sources of income so that you can achieve what you want to achieve. And then also in this life, we can't all be the same, right? So we are different. Right? So, and then also timing is different for everyone. So if it is your friend's time today, tomorrow it is yours, right? So I tell people not to be in a hurry, but also don't slacken. Do what you need to do today to achieve your goal, and you will be good.
Very important.
Yes. Maybe to add on to that, we realize that each and every person has a talent. There is that skill or talent that you possess. Make use of that talent, whether there is money coming in right now or not. I usually say, if you are an artist, just draw. draw what you're drawing, take a photo and upload it in the internet instead of using that data to just, chat, WhatsApp. Upload it, let the world see what you're doing. So these days, especially now in the developing digital space, we have seen people who have sold artwork for millions of money they never imagined that they can achieve, just because they did some artwork and uploaded it somewhere, and someone came calling and buying it. So where we are going, we've seen that we are now acquiring digital assets. There are people who will come and see your nice work, whatever you're doing, and they want to buy it and put it in the digital world. I saw that in Metaverse, we are now buying digital land. Someone will come and buy a piece of that land and put up a mall. They want clothes in that mall, So those clothes are from what we do in real life. So it will be transformed from reality to virtual. So make use of your skill right where you are. Whether it is bringing income that time or not, there's someone who is going to notice it, and eventually it will become money. Yes.
Make the best of what you have currently.
Yes, exactly.
Right. So as we come to a close of this conversation, 30 seconds each for closing remarks. Start with you.
First of all, I'd like to thank you for giving us this opportunity. Now, closing remarks. At Centonomy, we teach people on how all these things they're talking about. How to manage your money first, how to grow it, and then how to protect it through our programs that we teach. And we have programs for everyone, from all the way from teens to people approaching retirement, right? So I'd like to urge people to invest in themselves, invest in knowledge, right? Especially knowledge for your finances, right? Check out centonomy.com and you'll find everything there about Centonomy. And then money speaks one language. Save me today, I will save you tomorrow.
Interesting. Yes. Joyce?
Wow, that is great. So I'll also echo the same sentiments. We at Essex.market, we have developed an exchange. It is an alternative exchange. This is our marketplace for people to come and gain knowledge and make money. With your little saving that you have, that reserve that you have, don't spend it. Come and look for ways that we can help you grow that seed into massive income and also help you create multiple streams of income. That is our goal for 2022. We want to create, let me say, at least 200,000 millionaires. Yes.
Awesome. That is great, a goal. Thank you very much for speaking with us.
Thank you.
I have been with Joyce Nganga. She's the regional representative at Africa Consolidated Exchange, as well as Michael Thotho, the programs manager at Centonomy Limited. And we have been talking about the investment options in 2022, how you can save and make sure that you invest, and just how to manage your debt. I hope that you have learned something and picked something that will help you in managing your finances in 2022. Thank you very much for your valued company over the past 2 hours. My name is Betty Kiptum, and Anne Wangeshi has been my colleague on the sign language interpretation. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing. Bye-bye.